Estos tres jóvenes están acusados de haber sido hombres de confianza, allegados directos a Jim Jones. ¿Cuáles son sus nombres?
He wants to know your names.
Tim Carter,
Mike Prokes,
Mike Carter.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevaban en la secta Templo del Pueblo?
6 years
6 years?
same.
6 years?
and 5 years.
5 years.
¿Por qué estaban?
He wants to know why you belong to the group. How come you belong to the group?
When I first met Jim Jones, I thought that he was a humanitarian and that the work that the group was doing was good. It was helping people who were poor and oppressed.
¿Tú por qué estabas?
Basically the same reason. I came as a news reporter for a CBS television affiliate station in California to do a story on Jim Jones, and I liked what I saw being done to help people, and so I quit my job and joined.
¿Y tú?
Well, my brother had already been in the temple. I was just in high school at the time, and I had come down for a visit. I saw what seemed to be a very pleasant lifestyle, something where I could put my energies to good work and help people, and so that's why I joined.
¿Cómo explican el vuelco que dio la personalidad de Jones y la terminación que tuvo esta historia?
Okay. He wants to know how do you explain that things turned the way they did? How come a good thing became such a bad thing?
I don't know. It's a good question. It was a nightmare. Jim Jones was a man who cut himself off from the world, who became more and more paranoid, and totally, I don't know. I don't understand it. All I know is that everything disintegrated in one day.
Ellos estaban muy cerca, eran amigos de Jones.
He wants to know if you were close to Jim Jones.
We were considered to be close to Jim Jones. We weren't. As it turns out, I don't think anybody was really close to Jim Jones because nobody ever got that close to him.
Okay.
Una versión dice que ellos partieron de la secta con una valija que contenía dólares y una carta para un embajador soviético.
Okay, soviético. According to what he's saying, it is said that you run away with a bag full of money, and according to what he says again, you were bound for the Soviet Union. What is there in that?
Well, it's a little bit of miscommunication. It's true that we had a suitcase of money that we were asked to, when we were approached by a woman who was financial secretary of the church. It was before this mass suicide had started.
Yes.
And while we were in the process of delivering an empty suitcase to the house where Jim Jones lived, I had gone to get some water to take with us, and I heard a lot of screaming and crying, and I went to the building that was seeing what was happening, and I saw a lot of mothers crying, holding their children, and people laying on the ground, and I saw my wife holding my son who was dead, my 15-month-old baby, and my wife was dying, and I went up and I hugged her, and at that point I knew that if I stayed, I would die, but we had a way out, and so we took it. And on the way to Port Kaituma, I told them that they had started killing themselves, and he had been told that somebody had gone after Congressman Ryan's truck, and it was just a matter of the survival, and we happened to be picked out. When we did not know that the money was bound for the Soviet embassy until we were a mile and a half away from Jonestown, and we never had intended to do anything but save our lives. So it was circumstantial more than anything.
¿Dónde está la maleta y el dinero ahora?
Okay, the $60,000 question. Where is that bag?
We took the police back to the next. We had no idea how much money we were carrying.
Yes.
Until they told us.
Yeah.
We did not know, and we did not care. We took them back the next day because along the way, because we were running for our lives, we did not even carry it with us. We dumped the bag.
¿Cuánto hay? No saben.
They want to know if by now you know how much money was involved.
We were told We found out actually through the media how much we did not know at the time.
Él dice,
¿Se drogaban en la secta? ¿Era una secta de drogadictos?
he wants to know if people took drug in this group.
No.
Wasn't permitted.
No smoking, no drinking.
None,
No.
Yeah.
¿Jones no se drogaba?
He wants to know if Jones was taking drugs.
That's what I understand. I did not know that
Yeah.
personally until this whole thing had happened.
Yeah.
¿Ellos asistieron a alguno de los ensayos del cóctel de la muerte?
He wants to know there I have been told, or we have been told that there were some rehearsals with the famous drink that was poisonous or not. Is this story true?
It was true, but I wasn't there. My brother was there. He can tell you more.
Never, they've gone through drills before, never drinking anything,
Yes.
but sort of a psychological play of the minds to see, you know, that's never drinking anything actually.
Yes.
I think you should know that I lost a wife, a son, and a sister.
We understand
My
that.
brother-in-law, my nephew, he
Yeah.
lost his wife and his son, and he lost his son.
Yes.
Tú como ex periodista de CBS, ¿no? CBI,
California.
¿cómo puede definir esto que ha ocurrido?
He would like for you to say, what do you think of the whole thing? How can you define this? What happened?
Yeah.
Well, he wants to close it down.
Él como ex periodista.
As a journalist or ex-journalist, how would you word it?
Rephrase the question.
As an
He wants to know what you
ex-journalist.
think of what happened. In other words,
I think, to me, the concept of the temple and what was happening, it started out as a dream and it turned into an absolute nightmare.
¿Cuál es el título que le pondría a toda esta historia?
If you had to put a title to the story, what would it be?
I think you could put.
I don't think there is.
I think you could put a million titles to it.
I don't think anything like this
Pick
has
up
ever
one.
happened. I don't think.
No, it has never happened
I don't think
anywhere.
there's a word in the English language to describe how
Yes.
grotesque, how horrible, how monstrous,
Yes.
how senseless, what a waste, what a tragedy, and what a crime it was.
Yes.
Is that all?
There can never be one headline to cover everything, all the ramifications
Yes.
of what took place.
¿Hubo
Please.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut him down.
¿Hubo asesinatos aparte de los suicidios?
He wants to know if beyond the suicide
This
there
is the
were
last question. Tell
yes,
us the
there were
last question.
gunning. There were people killed by gun.
We understood that 3 people died by gunshot wounds.
Yes.
¿Y saben quiénes fueron los responsables de esa muerte?
He's asking me again, do you know the people who did the shooting?
We were not there. That is all. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
No estaban allá.
Gracias.
Okay.